Flip it around. What's going on, guys? What's going on today? It's your boy Jermane'S Views. I already know this is uncut reasoning, and this is season one, episode 6, man. And we're gonna, deep dive into what's going on out there today, and just give you guys some idea, give you guys some reasoning, some conscious reasoning, some informative reasoning, and so you could leverage information I'm about to drop, and you could use it in the right way and make some real good moves. So first thing first, one second here. First thing first, guys, don't let this Christmas season get you all into debt, and don't buy things you can't afford right now. I know it's coming on to the holiday seasons, and everyone is shopping, but don't let this get you into debt and buy things you can't afford right now. So, what's that? Yes, sir, Lakers. Big fan, by the way, big fan of the Lakers. So, as I was saying, don't let this holiday season get you into debt and you buy things you can't afford. So, a few months ago, consumer credit card debt report came out, and we are now over the $1 trillion mark in credit card debts, and that's a collective of all consumer out there who spend stuff on credit card, and who the overall collective um, credit card debt of the United States consumers. It's first time in history. Very alarming. Very alarming. Very, very alarming. And it's even getting worse. Even getting worse. Even getting worse. Because as you go into the stores now, most stuff are crazy going. People are just grabbing stuff. But you have to be conscious and don't let this season get you into debt. So, I say that to say this. The other day I was having a conversation with one of my guys, and he was saying, he's an older gentleman for me, and he was saying like, yo, the only way I'll put money in the stock market to let that money work for me is if, like, Jermaine, if I have a $10,000 and I, decide like, okay, it's like the casino. I'm gonna put it on the red or the blue, and I'm pretty sure, I have no issue losing that $10,000. That's the only way I put some money in the market to work for me. That's so bullshit, man. I was surprised to hear this from like a 47-year-old dude, because this goes to show that he has no understanding of what's going on, if that's how you're gonna look at stuff. Like, people don't really understand that like money is a tool for you to get to the next level. So money, you use money to like matriculate, if you understand what I mean. Money is just a tool. It's just an investment vehicle. So, and this is a dude, and I mean, no shame in your game if you don't know at this point in your age. I'm not referring to the fact that because he's 47, 48, 47, he doesn't understand this. I'm looking at the fact that he made a silly comment saying like, only if you have some money you want to lose, you're gonna put in the market. He'd rather have it like in the savings account, generating what 0.12% of interest a year for him, and the bank that he banked that money with, they put it in the market to make returns on it, and giving you such a substantial lower rate than if you like invest that money yourself. But no shame in the game for being that old and don't know about this type of stuff. But the reason I'm bringing this up is like, yo, we don't have the right information and know how to leverage the right information, and we don't go chase that information. We always looking for the wrong things, and looking for the wrong um, talking points that doesn't substantiate goals, or doesn't substantiate um, any type of like growth in our lives. You know what I mean? And this is the type of dude who's always looking for the latest celebrity news, the latest celebrity fuck up, the latest celebrity degenerate shit that's out there. And he's the type of dude who like praise all these celebrities and always looking for the latest celebrity gossip. You know what I mean? Why don't you try to educate yourself and try to get some type of knowledge on how to move forward? You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I say that to say this. Look, man, in today's world, I'm looking at things different. And this is no investment advice and this is no investment ideas or whatever it is, because I'm not a licensed professional who's licensed to talk about any type of investment, so on and so forth. But I'm just saying, like, we need to change the way how we operate. We need to change the way how we do things, and we need to do things in the right way that's gonna like improve our lives and substantiate growth, development, and put us on the right path to success in the future and for our kids. So what I'm saying is, now I know you all see the caption and see the thumbnails, and what I'm saying is this dude doesn't understand that, like, yo, placing a bet on a company, for example, Apple, a Microsoft, a Google, an Amazon, is a bet, but it's not a bet like you go in a casino and you're playing a blackjack or you're playing a Russian roulette or whatever. I don't ever go to casino. I don't gamble like that. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. We have to know that we have to do research and stuff. These companies been around for years, man, for years, for decades. You know what I mean? And we can't save money for the future. We can't savers. I'll put it like this: savers or losers. If you're gonna sit there and think that you're gonna be able to save your way into retirement, save money, just like have money in the bank, 50,000, 10,000, whatever it is, and keep adding money in the bank in a savings or a checking account or whatever account it is, savers or losers. So the S&P 500 average annual rate of return is 10%. Maybe some of y'all don't know what the S&P 500 is, but again, no shame in the game. The S&P 500 is the 500 biggest company in the United States that are publicly traded on the stock market. It's a whole conglomerate of those companies put together in, and they label the S&P 500 Standard and Poor's 500, and they're, so the average return and that on the S&P 500 is 10% per annum average. Sometimes it's even more. I think the S&P 500 is up 20% year to date from January to now, 20%, but the average is 10%. You understand what I'm saying? So Microsoft is in the S&P 500, Apple is in the S&P 500, Google is in the S&P 500. A lot of y'all are gamers. Microsoft just bought by Activision Blizzard a few months ago. It's revenue for them. Microsoft is in a whole host of things. They're spearheading the whole AI movement right now. They're the main player in the AI movement right now. From a software standpoint, Nvidia is from the hardware standpoint with their chips. Google is in the S&P 500. Google search. A lot of you who doesn't own Apple phones, you own Google phones. That software is run Android is run by Google. Samsung made the phones, but Google's Android operating system, Samsung paid them bags a year. Apple, one of my favorite company. A lot of y'all, as a new iPhone come out, you're jumping on it. Let me get the new iPhone every year. MacBook. You know what I mean? Apple Pay. Y'all have the Apple Card? Apple Pay. You know what I mean? Game arcades. You know what I mean? So, Amazon, another one. Amazon Prime. Y'all buy things off Amazon. A lot of these companies out here, online shopping companies, a lot of Amazon hosts a lot of companies on the internet. That's why when Amazon system is down, a few years back, A lot of retailer website was down too. You know what I mean? Because Amazon was a backbone. AWS, Amazon Web Services, is a backbone of a lot of these companies. They host their online platform on AWS. You see what I mean? So that's what you're investing in. You're investing in what you use. You're investing in what you use every day. How can you go wrong with that, man? How is that a gamble? How is that a gamble? Break it down to me. I don't understand. How is that a gamble? You use this, you invest in this. You know how this work, you invest in how this work. You know what I mean? That just goes to show that, these are the type of things we should be researching. These are the type of things we should be investing our time in, and try to put away our money and put away our wealth in these type of companies, man. I talk about this every day. I mean, like, this is one of the way that's going to change your perspective on life and change how everything works. The wealthy people we all bash every day, and we all talk about how they're taking our wealth from us and talk about how they're taking everything from us. This is what these people are doing. These people are ensuring that they invest in whatever companies that are out there that make sense. You know what I mean? Just like how there's so much fraud in society and so much fraud everywhere else, there's also fraud on the market as well. There are also shady company, fugazi companies on the market as well. You know what I mean? So you have to do your due diligence and research everything, and just go for it. You know what I mean? You have to do a lot of research, put a lot of research into stuff. So these are the type of things, man, we should be doing. These are the type of things we should be embracing, teaching our kids, teaching our grandkids. You know what I mean? And stop following that celebrity degenerate cloth, and just stop. That's not putting us anywhere. And as I said before, none of these celebrities ever came forward. I've never seen it before, and give you any sort of advice with a disclaimer. None of them. Not one. And tell you how to, like, hey, I'm gonna blow some money on, even in a entertaining way, where, all right, yo, today I'm gonna blow some money on the S&P 500. Today I'm gonna drop 20 bags in Apple stock. Today I'm gonna drop 50 bags in Google stock. They never do that before, but however, I've seen rappers came out in the ones you most celebrate, and they sold you some lie on how, oh yeah, go get Ciroc, we drink Ciroc, and all type of shit like that, and they sold you a lie, and then it turns out that they didn't even own Ciroc or any other company. A matter of fact, they were just selling you a lie. You know what I mean? So, people, you got to do your research, because these rappers, these celebrities, these public figures, they don't mean you no good. Not because they are the color of your skin. You gotta check their content, the content of their character. You gotta vet the content of their character before you start listening to them, and before you start doing what they do, and hold them as a prototype, on how you should live your life. And I said multiple times before, man, you don't, the wrong way to do, the wrong thing is to align yourself with someone based on the color of their skin and not the content of their character. You understand? The content of your character is very important. All these people selling us are debt, destruction, and they just ravaging our communities. And when they're finished with us, these are the last days. When they're finished with the community and how they're doing stuff and how they're making so much money off of us and not instilling any positivity and any sense in our youth, it's going to be, we already seen it, man. It's going to be like a societal reckoning, a generational fuck up, like a big generational fuck up. where there's going to be nothing left because all these guiding principles and teachings that are not being taught in the schools are not being taught by anyone of dominance and anyone of prominent, you know, not because they probably don't even know it too, but like you know, they're not like championing the idea of us to go to get relevant information that can substantiate growth and generational wealth. You know what I mean? The content we are listening to, the content they're pushing on us is just death and destruction. Party, blow money, drugs, crime, scam, all of the type of shit. That's what they put in the community. You know what I mean? Black, white, whatever it is, whatever the rapper is, they don't give a shit. That's what they're throwing on us. That's what they champion. That's what they're giving to us. You figure what I'm saying? So it's up to us as parents and it's up to us as positive thinkers to like move away from that. Start getting other information, man. You know what I mean? So that goes to say, man, listen, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta invest time. You gotta do research. You gotta open up your eyes, see what's going on. Believe it, there's always a revolution happening. And right now, there's one happening in finance, man. There's one happening in technology, man. There's one happening in um in the internet and the computer. AI, the whole AI theme for this year was all AI. Everyone talking about AI, and and personally, I believe AI is real, and AI is gonna take a lot of jobs because you know what? Companies are trying to cut a lot of fat. They're trying to lay off people. They're trying to like streamline and try because we live in a capitalist economy, and it's in their best interest for Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and all of the companies on the S&P 500 out there and beyond. It's in their best interest to hire as little amount of people as possible and use artificial intelligence and robotics to run most of their businesses and to do a lot of stuff that humans used to do. Why? Because they don't have to pay that insurance bill. One. Second, it tends to done more quicker and faster because we take breaks as human. Robots just go, 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 non-stop. And it tends to be more efficient and productive. So that's in their best interest. And they can scale more because they save a lot on the back end to produce whatever they're producing because they don't have all the overhead costs or they have a little bit of overhead costs, so they can scale more and produce more and sell it for more or even sell it for less and still make a big bag because you know what? The overhead cost is not there. So why wouldn't you want to put your money inside a company who has the ability to do that? Because for one, you're getting capital gains, you're getting dividends, and you know that's how a capitalist economy works. Capitalism. In this day and age, if you don't know the stock market, you won't be able to retire, to be honest with you. And I'm stressing my point again I made earlier. You can't save into retirement. Savers are losers. Inflation eating away at your money like crazy. Inflation was down, the Federal Reserve was struggling to keep inflation was struggling to keep inflation at 2% 4 years ago. After the whole money printing scenario in the whole COVID pandemic situation, you know, there was so much money injected into the system to stimulate the economy. It caused inflation to just skyrocketed, and there was a backlog and merchandise, and you know everything was slowed down, and there was a whole lot of money slushing around in the system, it caused inflation to go skyrocketed. And again, the Fed have to combat that because they can't allow the economy to keep running wild and hot, and then they have to raise interest rates and to keep you know to stop people from spending. Because what people a lot of us don't understand is that when interest rates are high, you tend not to spend more. And the reason you tend not to spend more because money is more expensive. What I mean, money is more expensive. The interest rate in your credit card is more expensive. The interest rate you get in the bank for having money in the bank is a bit more. So you might say to yourself, oh, okay, I'm getting more in my interest rate now. So I'm not going to spend that money. I'm going to keep it in the bank. So that's why the Fed has to raise the interest rate to cut the spending in the economy. You know what I mean? And at the same time, things are more expensive. Gas is more expensive. So everything was stagnated a little bit. And, trust me, man, savers or losers. You can't save your way into retirement. You can't. And I'm not sure how this is it is, but like at a current pace, Social Security going now. I mean, this has always been a talking point out there that Social Security might end in a few years, but I'm not sure how that is because I know it's for one thing I know for a fact, the money we paid into Social Security is not invested in any way, shape, or form. That money we pay is going directly into somebody's bank account as a Social Security check. Okay, so the money is not invested. When it's my time to get Social Security and somebody else out there working, the money they're paying into it is just taken from Peter to pay Paul. Taken from Peter to pay Paul. That's how I believe it works. No, for a fact, I know that's how it works. The United States government is one of the only government that don't invest their Social Security money. They might hold it in short term if they have a surplus or whatever. Might hold it in short term government debt, but where you get it on short term government debt, 0.0, the interest rate is crazy. So as I said before, savers or losers. Start doing some research, man. That's the only way we're gonna get ourselves out of the situation. Stop following these crazy celebrities, blow your money now and thinking that later, oh yeah, I could make that back. I'm gonna retire later. I'm gonna keep working because money is just a vehicle. It's an investment vehicle. It's nothing, and the value of the investment vehicle depreciates over time. You know what I mean? Just look at it. A car that a 2000 and 2023 Mercedes-Benz isn't gonna be the same as a 2033 Mercedes-Benz because the 2023 one is 10 years old and the 2033 one is 10 years newer. Same thing with money, brother. Same thing with money. The fresh money doesn't have no value at all. You know what I mean? It gone over time. It's just a vehicle. You got to use it. Use it there and then. You know what I mean? Put it somewhere to accumulate, put it in a company to let it accumulate. And the beautiful, there's a thing called compounded interest. What I mean compounded interest, I'm talking it from a dividend perspective. So there's compounded interest in the savings account too, but I'm talking about compounded interest from a dividend perspective. For example, you put $10,000 into Apple. You buy some shares, $10,000 worth of shares in Apple. All right. Apple pay an annual dividend of what is it? $1 per share. Right? Annually, $1 per share. Right? So each share you get. So if you so each share you have gonna pay you $1 over there. So that's what, almost 25 cents a quarter. All right. So you keep reinvesting that 25 cents a quarter into the stock, and you keep compounding and it's like a snowball effect. So the more it rolls into the year, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's a beautiful thing, man. Why do you think most of these CEOs and most of these CEOs and executives of companies only take a dollar a year pay in cash, but they rather to get their pay in stock options? Why do you think that? Look at the bigger picture. Tim Cook, a CEO of Apple, he took a percentage of his pay in in cash. You know, each month or whatever, you cut me a check. But the majority of his pay, he take it in stock options. Yes, he take it in stock options. One, it is not taxed. Two, it has the greater ability. It has a more ability to get that snowball compounding effect I was explaining earlier. Three, that money doesn't depreciate because it's in an asset, instantly in an asset. Come on, guys. We're losing it. 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 Stop following these rappers and buy them Gucci, Louis, Fendi. Uh, for example, Gucci, man. Look. One. I don't buy those type of shoes, but I don't know. I see the price tags. I see some shoes out there, Gucci, $1,400-$1,500. The company that produced Gucci is called Kering Group. You know how much a share for that company right now? The stock is even cheaper than some of the shoes you're buying from these companies, bro. I think Kering Group right now, a share of Kering Group right now, let's check it out. Let's look at it. A share of Kering Group right now is probably like $40 per share, or mid 40 because they dropped earlier. Kering Group, stock ticker PPRUY, $44.26 per share today trading. $44.26 right now, current stock price. A few years ago, it was as low as $19. A few years ago. Right, another one you guys like. Let me another one you guys is Versace. Versace. Versace is owned by Capri Holdings. Capri Holdings is a company that owns Versace, Michael Kors, and Jimmy Choo. Right? That stock is even cheaper than cheaper than some of the stuff you buy from Versace. See, Capri stock symbol is what is it? Let's check it out. I think they're bought up by somebody too, or they have or CPRI. That's the stock ticker. I think somebody bought another company. Yeah, CPRI Capri Holdings. It's going for $49 a share now. I think who there was a company approached them the other day to buy them out. Let's see who's gonna. I think it was Tapestry International. Tapestry International is another company that owns Kate Spade and so that's so and Coach and all that. I think they approached the buyout Capri Holding for $8 billion. But this whole game we're in, man, is all intertwined. And that's the beauty of economy, man. That's the beauty of the economy. That's the beauty of capitalism. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of how things are in America. That's the beauty of how you can capitalize on these moves and align yourself with these moves in order to substantiate a greater future. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of these moves, man. So you should try to get yourself intact. Try to get yourself in to get the knowledge and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I tell you again, guys, start do the right thing, man. This is Jermane's Views. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you like content like these, this is Uncut Reasoning, man. Where we talk, we break stuff down. And please fact check me. And because these are information that's out there, and do your research and start doing the things that's gonna be the greater good for you and your family, man. I'm out, man.